Hi there, Virgo. Welcome to your reading. This is Yetta Pearl, and this is your general angel reading for the week of May 30th to June 5th of 2022. So your cards are just kind of in a big jumble here. So they're coming out. In fact, they're all right there. Okay, that sounds good. For a minute there, I thought that was going to just take forever, and that's just not how it's turning out. So that's good. All right, that one. Okay, and we'll keep going. Sometimes, there's different options, and they kind of say, everything can be a good message, but they're often a little more particular than that. If a particular card, like it seems to be grabbing my attention, but then it kind of won't come out, right? So they always let me know which is the best message for you and which will be a message at a different time. Okay, let's see what's going on here. Okay, so wow. What this looks like is that you're having a whole lot of inner work that you're doing, inner progress in the way that you think about yourself. And that is just leading to all this amazingness in your whole life. Like let's look at this. So here we start with your healing heart. Okay, so they're showing me that whether you understand it or not, that you are a very healing person for others. And in some ways, no, you're kind of going, well, yeah, okay, I think I get that. Yeah, maybe. And like what you're thinking of, yes, that's accurate. But there's more. But wait, there's more. um, there's an effect that you have on people that you seem to be largely unaware of, or maybe you know, but you don't truly understand the scope of it or something like that. And so the purpose of this card is for the divine guidance to help you understand your positive effect on people around you who, like, you wouldn't even think about that, right? People that maybe it was a small interaction, but maybe it was very important to them. And so, like, this is, yes, it's your demeanor, it's your way of talking, it's your, that you smile and say thank you, because not everybody does that, right? It's also your energy field. It's your aura. It goes with you everywhere you go. Even if you didn't have any interaction, somebody in a particular moment of like the way their energy is, just watching you walk past can be a very enlightening moment for them. And it's like you don't get that. It's like you discount that completely. But that is true of you. And so once you start to understand that you yourself, little you, that just popped in, somebody thinks that of themselves, little you, are so important in the scheme, the grand scheme of the entire world, that it cannot be done without you. That is true of every single person. But getting to understand that for your own self is something that you're closer to this week. For some of you, it'll be an event or something that somebody says or does or whatever to help you begin to realize that better. And it'll lead to your sense of self-worth growing. And that's such a beautiful thing. I mean, a lot of us were taught that other people are more important than us. This is as we're growing up, right? Nobody wants to have an arrogant, self-entitled brat for a kid. So we try and teach our kids that other people are more important and that the world doesn't revolve around us and blah, 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 all that stuff. But we're all wrong when we try to teach that to our kids. Each person, each individual, yes, indeed, the world does revolve around you. Your world does revolve around you. That is absolute truth. And in your world, you are the most important, the most beautiful, the most worthy, the most deserving person in your world. Of course, you have to be. Does that make sense to you? And in your own world, because that's the only one you've got, you don't have your spouse's world. You don't have your child's world. You have your world. I have mine. It's the only one we've got. And we are each the center of that world. And each of us is so worth every fabulous thing that can possibly happen to you. And so it's time to forgive yourself for the things that you think drag down your worth. There is, in fact, nothing that can drag down your worth. If there's something that you've done that you think, man, I could have done better at that. Okay, next time do better. I mean, that's all there is to it. I really wish I hadn't done that. Okay, don't do it again then. You know, if there's amends to be made to somebody else, then do that. If there's amends to be made to yourself, then do that. And forgive yourself. I mean, this is why we're here, is to learn. You're doing great. If we never ever had anything that we thought we messed up on, then we're not doing great. Then we're not learning. We're not trying anything different. We're not even attempting to get better. So that self-forgiveness is kind of a key part of that. And so this is like this huge week for you, and it feels so deep and so mushy, you know, like goo, right? But it's continuing deeper levels of things that you've already started in progress, in motion. So it's familiar in some ways, just it's going to new levels. And so helping you progress. That's what's happening. And so then things can change, like as they change within you, then they can change around you. So when you're feeling all this and recognizing your worth and your impact, also visualize all the abundance that you have or that you want to have. And act as though you do have all of that, like in your thoughts, the way it feels to you. Like I read a thing from Abraham Hicks the other day, something about pretend that you have, so for example, if your wish is to have more money, pretend that you have piles and piles of money under your mattress and in the cupboard in the kitchen and in the bathroom. You have so much money everywhere that you don't even know where it all is. You just have that much of it, and you have it everywhere. Everywhere you look, there is money. And so when you behave that way, kind of, right? When you have that that behind the scenes knowledge that all that is there, it is yours. It's for you. Your mattress is full. Your your house is full. Yourself is full. Then you just have this it's a lack of stress, and it contributes to knowing that you can kind of do anything, no matter what it is. You can at least give it a go, right? And that is true for everything as well as money. Like confidence and success and knowledge, and there's nothing you can't have. There is nothing you can't have. You can have everything. Visualize that. What fun, right? What fun. Okay, so the last two cards are both talking about change. One says employment change. One says take a divinely guided change. So I'm going to make a wild guess here and say that some of you are changing jobs. What do you think of that idea? It's pretty clear, right? So this change for some of you, yes, will be a job, a new job to come. And when they say divinely guided, that means like this is going to be everything that you have been wanting it to be, and it will remain that for as long as your perspective and your vibration stay on the positive, abundant side, right? So, in any job, when you start it and you're hopeful and you're like excited and this is going to be so great, and otherwise you wouldn't have taken the job, right? So that's how it is when you start it. And over time, first 3 to 6 months maybe are kind of that honeymoon period in a way. But you're seeing the little things that are in any job. No matter where you are, those things are in any job. There are other people who have an influence, and maybe things are not exactly how you'd like to see them. But so when you keep your focus on all the abundance, then the things that are less abundant for you have less of an impact, right? It is your perspective that keeps it positive. And so this beautiful, positive new job, you can keep it that way. Okay, and so there's more to this. There's somehow they're saying, yes, okay, but stop with that part of the topic and now move to the, it's like somebody who, this is brand new. It's not a continuation. I don't quite understand that part, but perhaps you do. And so this part, it is new. It is a huge change for you, and you will have the time to put everything in place. Like it feels like there's a bit of stress involved in it too. Of course, with any kind of a change, which both of these are talking about change, right? And so change can be stressful. And for some of you, this doesn't actually mean employment. They're just talking about changes in your life, in your perspective, in the way things are working out for you and that kind of stuff, right? So it doesn't have to be, don't make this fit. If you're not starting a new job and you don't want to start a new job, then that part's just not for you. No worries, right? But there are other changes going on in your life. And you will have time to, I guess, adapt would be the word, but to understand all the great parts of the change and to get things to line up, right? There's time. You don't need to right? It'll work. It'll work just fine. Okay. All right. So now here we have the daily guidance cards asking for one last piece of wisdom. Yeah, heart chakra. Same as the first card, healing heart, right? So, okay, so this has a slightly different message though. This is your own heart chakra. It's like you've been kind of stressed in your heart a little bit. And I don't think we're talking physically. I think we're talking emotionally, right? Which does have a physical effect, but the main root of it seems to be emotional. Let yourself be cleansed of that. that's over. It's done. Let it be done. Let that heal. Beautiful. Really beautiful. Okay. Well, Virgo, thank you so much for joining me. I appreciate you so much, and I love you, and I'll see you next time.